There's some kind of fetish with street dudes because we mistake them as being more masculine. I really wish that women would stop putting street dudes on a pedestal. And I mean, you see how Glorilla's song, she was talking about the type of dude that she wanted, and that's cool because she's selling you an illusion. And don't get me wrong, I love that song. I like Glorilla. But she's romanticizing and sexualizing the type of guy that you keep saying that you don't want.
Whoa, wait a minute. Is this woman really comparing herself to Glorilla?
I just want to let y'all know, be toxic for the rest of your 20s. You only get one life. Live your toxic 20s. You never get to be 20 years old.
Why would she be comparing herself to a Glorilla? In fact, I have an even better question for you guys. Why do women fetishize street dudes? Is it because they're strong, they're respected in the streets? Is it because they have swagger and cadence? Let's talk about it. Make sure you comment your thoughts under this video. Also, join this conversation. Like the video, then subscribe to the channel because I'm posting daily content. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal. So here we go. Let's get back into this and have this conversation, y'all.
There's some kind of fetish with street dudes because we mistake them as being more masculine. I really wish that women would stop putting street dudes on a pedestal. And I mean, you see how Glorilla's song, she was talking about the type of dude that she wanted, and that's cool because she's selling you an illusion. And don't get me wrong, I love that song. I like Glorilla.
A lot of people are selling you illusions on social media. This is why men keep saying get off social media, because you're believing what you're seeing. And another thing, why is she comparing herself to a Glorilla? Does she really want the type of guy that Glorilla wants? Let's continue.
But she's romanticizing and sexualizing the type of guy that you keep saying that you don't want. If we actually held ourselves accountable for the type of men that we chose, I don't think we would keep romanticizing men that are in survival mode. I've actually never dated a street guy that was very protective. It's a complete myth that they're more masculine and more protective, and they're actually more combative, and they lack a lot of emotional maturity because they're in survival mode. They're not trying to love you. I don't care how.
Whenever I hear women use the word emotional with men, the next word that usually follows somewhere around is toxic. Let me explain why. A man should not be playing around in his emotions. He should not be emotionally available. He should not be doing anything with his emotions except for controlling them. Because if a man is vulnerable to his emotions, available to his emotions, he can be controlled through his emotions. So a man must control his emotions. Meaning he should be logical and rational, not emotional. Let's continue.
How many black movies that they create where the love is so toxic, and then for some reason, especially in the black community, we romanticize these toxic relationships, and then we romanticize these guys and say that we want this Russell Wilson, Sierra type of love, but we're never going to get there if we keep talking about we want a hood dude.
First of all, every time these women bring up Russell Wilson, I have to say, you are not Sierra. You do not do the things that Sierra does. You do not have the image that she does. You don't have the height that she does. You don't have the beauty that she does. You don't have the career that she has. How can you get a Russell Wilson? In fact, most women have had a Russell Wilson or a guy similar to him. But you know what they call him? They call him boring. They call him predictable. They call him corny. They call him a simp. That's what they call those Russell Wilson type of guys. Why do they keep acting like they want those guys? Now, they usually want them once they get a little older or once they've been dogged out so many times that they start to look at other options. Let's continue.
Especially if you're not a hood chick, they see you as naive and gullible. Don't let the hype fool you where they're like, oh, you're wifey material because you speak a certain way and dress a certain way. The only difference is that hood chicks know exactly what type of time a street dude is on. There is nothing that you'll understand about a person that can analyze, observe you, and know how to get what they want from you, because where they're from, there's less resources. Their survival mode makes you navigate differently through life. And I know this because I've experienced this. If you don't come from struggle, the way
How many times has she experienced this? Because I hear a lot of projecting. I hear a lot of like firsthand experiences with these dudes. Does she now mean that she's trying to find a nice guy now after all of the trauma, after all of the damage? I should have put her on wall watch. Let's continue.
way you view the world in relationships are just different. So if you're from the suburbs and people, and, you speak a certain way, you have a certain disposition and demeanor, trust me, you do not align with no street dude, and they see you as silly and naive.
Yes, of course, you are looked at as silly and gullible. In fact, the word that is used to describe you is goofy. The reason why is because you don't know what type of environment you're in, which means you don't know where the danger is and where the danger is coming from. You have no clue what's going on around you. You have no clue what's going on in the streets. The streets have their own set of rules and politics. Now, women keep bringing up this whole Russell Wilson thing, and I'm saying the majority of women are not Sierra. Now, I thought I was lucky, or I thought I was special because I had a woman who was kissing my eyeballs, right? Literally kissing my eyeballs. She would compliment them, and then she would go in and start pecking, and then I would close my eyes, and then she would kiss my eyeballs. It was crazy. I liked it though. But with a woman like Sierra, she's praying with the man after she gets put through the mattress. How many women are actually doing that? How many women are actually praying for the man, period? How many women are doing that? So why do they keep wanting this Russell Wilson type of guy? In fact, a lot of women have had their chances, to be with a guy like a Russell Wilson. The only difference is he probably is not a Super Bowl champion. He probably does not play in the NFL. He's not a quarterback. But when they see that type of guy, what do they say about him? He's corny, he's goofy, right? He's a simp, right? He's predictable, he's boring.
But when I tell you guys that that's not my experience at all, like, it just wasn't. My ex was a great guy. Like, even after we broke up, still sending me flowers to my apartment. Like, just a great guy, but for somebody else.
That's what women say about those type of guys, because they come in contact with them a lot. I'm just surprised when I hear it, because now we have a comparison with the street guys, but this has always been a thing. Now, there are pros and cons to being with the street guys. Here are some of the pros, right? First, everybody is somewhat scared of the hood guy because he's liable to crash out. The next thing is his swagger and cadence, the way he dressed, the way he moves, the way he acts, the way he talks, the way he puts her through the mattress. Yes, he gently clutches her throat and aggressively pounds her, and she loves it. Women enjoy that animalistic nature that type of guy can actually provide, because otherwise what is being said and done is like, oh, am I hurting you? Are you okay? Wait, does that hurt? Ooh, does this feel good? Do you like that? The hood dude, the street dude ain't asking none of that. The street dude, the hood dude is coming through and doing what he does. Now, the other thing, or the other pros that come with the street dude, is he's feared or he's respected. So that woman, she gets to be put on a pedestal, not understanding or realizing that the hood chicks are looking at her like, hey, this is not all that. In fact, we gonna beat her up. We gonna show her exactly what she gonna get coming around here. Now, again, these type of women don't understand it until they've been in it, until they've been double crossed by these women, until they find out, wait a minute, you with my baby daddy? Or wait, he's your baby daddy? Or wait a minute, I thought we was friends. How you gonna be with my boyfriend? I thought we was friends, right? All of these things happen in the hood and in the street. I know because I've seen it. The cons are these guys are usually stuck in that territory that they're in or the neighborhood. They really don't do too well when it comes to putting them in a professional environment because of the way that they speak, because of the way that they dress, because of the way that they handle themselves. So there is a plus and a minus that comes with it. But what usually happens is if that guy is a crash out type of guy, he's going to crash out, and people are going to have to be alert and understanding of what's about to happen. Now, women from the suburbs, they don't understand what it's like to live in survival mode. Survival mode is different because it's really a mindset. And when you get stuck in that mindset or being around a lot of people with that same mindset, that's when it's dangerous, because a lot of people are selfish. Is now a dangerous area and territory because you may get knocked off, for $500, $100, right? People that are living in survival mode, a lot of them don't think that their life is worth anything. So the chances that they're willing to take are not worth it. But in their minds, they believe that they are. The only reason I'm able to tell you guys this is because I came from the hood. I came from the streets. I seen it. There was drive-bys that happened. I wasn't involved in them, but they definitely happened. Again, this is why I say you got to know where you are, because let me say this. I live in California, and I don't live in LA, but I live around LA. So if you go into LA, there's certain parts of LA where you better know where you at, and you bet not say where you're actually from. I really don't know how you get around it, but let me say it this way. If you happen to come across a crew, a group, a gang that is opposite of what your city is, you got a problem. You got a problem that you're going to have to deal with, and you're going to have to hope that you are not out of bounds, because it can cost you your life. Now, there was an older woman that I went on a date with, and we had a conversation about this whole emotional thing. And the funny thing was, the guy that she was in her longest relationship with, this guy was emotionally available or emotionally mature. But guess what else came after that? He was toxic. Now, without knowing their story, what did I say to her? I said, listen, if that man is emotionally available, men usually get violent when things don't go their way. This is why a man has to control his emotions. He cannot be emotionally open, because if he's emotionally open, what it usually means is that woman is looking for different ways that she can control you. She's looking to see, if I press this button, or if I say this, or if I say that, what can I get him to do? How can I get him to get out of character? But if she cannot control you through your emotions, guess what? That's power that she does not have over you. Now, when it came to this woman, right, what did she say? After I explained why a man should not be emotionally available, mature, anything having to do with emotions except in control of his emotions, meaning he needs to be logical and rational, what did she say? Oh, well, we was together for 6 years or 10 years, whatever she said, but it was physical abuse. And I was like, well, I literally just told you that before you gave me this example. Before you told me exactly what happened in this relationship that you had, that's what I told you would happen if a man is emotionally available. Yet we keep hearing women say this, and I'm like, you know what? We think that women are different or want to be treated different, but I'm starting to see that there's not a lot of women that are different. So if you come across a woman that's different, you may want to wife her up. In fact, this woman doesn't even understand that when the man said that she was wifey material, what he's saying is she's different. And anywhere outside of this environment that he's currently in, meaning if he wants to get out the streets, get out the hood, you would be the woman that he would make a good life with, because you are the type of woman that you want to build a life with, right? remember, when I bring up the 4 categories of women, we have the wife, the companion, the fun girl, and the gold digger, right? The wife is the one you want to build a life with. So it means he may want to build a life with her, but it also could mean that she is not his person. Ooh, that kind of stings, right? Because we always hear of the guys who are Russell Wilson types without being Russell Wilson, who women say, oh, well, he was great and he was a good boyfriend, but he's just not my person. Well, the wifey conversation is literally the same thing. You're a good woman, but you may not be a good woman for me. Now, the reason why street dudes get fetishized by women is the same reason why men fetishize women who have BBLs. The bounce back, amazing, right? You just want to see how soft it is and you know what it feels like, right? So when you come across one of those ones that's stiff and it don't move too much, it's kind of like, dang, what did I get myself into? Or when you start to deal with her after you put her through the mattress and you see what you have to deal with, you like, oh my gosh, what the did I get myself into?
Either that I can drink this glass of water without touching the towel. What do you think about that?
You gonna drink the water without touching the towel?
Yes.
How you gonna get to the cup?
Magic. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay. Whoosh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Into why did I think that this was a good move? That's why you hear men say things like, show me a beautiful woman and I will show you a man that is tired of her beautiful ass. Now, to me, it makes sense. Like when you're talking about survival mode, why people don't understand it. You don't understand it because if you don't have to get food stamps, if you don't need government assistance, if you don't live in those areas and you see how bad it is and you don't understand why certain kids are walking around with, that thing on them, right? Like if you don't understand the lifestyle, then it doesn't make sense to you. You don't understand, like, man, hey, he might not have eaten today. His hot water might be off. His power might be off. Yeah, he got to go make some fast money because they got to figure out a way to get the lights turned back on. His mom's car just broke down and now they don't have no way to get around. Yes, there are men who are trying to do things honorably, and then there are men who are doing things that are greedy. But guess what? That's in every facet of life. You're always, especially business, you're gonna have men that are doing things the right way, and you're gonna have men that are doing things as shady as they possibly can. Everybody is trying to make a buck. Everybody is trying to make a dollar. What I'm here to tell you guys is get yourself together. Get your mind, your body, and your finances together. When you start understanding finances, you realize how long you have to work. Meaning, if you come up with some type of plan, let's just say you put in a certain amount of money. Let's say this is not financial advice. This is just entertainment and information, right? If you have 100,000 that you put into a stock, that stock could potentially start to pay you $10,000 a month. So just imagine you getting your first 100,000 into a stock, and now this stock is paying you $10,000 per month. Isn't that life-changing type of money? Because remember, that's money that you're not working for. Again, all I'm saying is figure out finances, get your body together, and get your mind together, because whether you're in a street life or whether you are doing things legitly, you still have to come up with some type of plan to help yourself get to wherever it is that you want to go. Now, when it comes to women, you have to figure out how you want to deal with them, and then you have to understand what comes with dealing with those women. Wife, she can divorce you. A fun girl, she'll probably leave you for another guy. The companion, she may not be the best looking woman, but she's going to be there no matter what. And then the gold digger, well, the gold digger doesn't care about anything but herself and getting the newest and latest whatever shoes.
Wi-Fi, I am sick of it. I need some guy with bad health to jump on in and interrupt and say, let me take you off your shift. You've been working hard enough.
Whatever. shoes, purse, clothes, whatever. She don't want nothing that came out last season. And a gold digger knows what came out last season, last year, last month versus this month. So just keep all of those things in mind, because if you're watching this channel, then you're probably more interested in peace than you are headaches. But I do have a question for you. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that this video is done, do me a huge favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.